Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Car Union. So I have an email that I want to read from one of my subscribers who has been following my videos now for over a month, and she was applying what she learned from them, and her specific person came back after telling her previously something along the lines of, I never see us together. And so she applied what I've been teaching in my videos. We didn't actually have private one-on-one coaching. So, she just really listened and applied, and her specific person came back. So I'm going to read that. I love that one of the things that she said is that this really freaking works. And then I also want to read something that another one of my clients who I have come on and shared a video that she manifested her mirror soul into her life. There was a good amount of time, I believe, well over a year or a year and a half, that they didn't communicate at all. She initially had a story that he was kind of a player because he's so handsome, and she had some stories that she projected onto him based off of what she heard about his past. But as it turns out, he's actually an incredibly deep, impassioned, sensitive, loving person. And so the unfolding with her between them is so incredibly highly profound and magnetic and deep. So I just want to read what she just sent to me yesterday with just another experience that she just had with how perfectly in sync they are with each other. The thing is that a lot of you, deep down in your heart and soul, that your person, that you and your person, because of in some cases, like if you were together and it's almost like you were reading each other's minds, that doesn't stop. So sometimes people misunderstand when I'm saying this, and they say, well, if that's true, then if I'm wanting to be together, if I'm wanting to spend the holidays together, if I'm wanting this and that, then if they are feeling what I feel and they're in sync with me, then why wouldn't they be here? Because you are actually dominantly fearful that it's not true, because you're actually putting more of your faith, trust, and belief in watching for the 3D, or maybe doubting if what you're doing is working, or even doubting the connection. That's the truth. That's what you're dominantly embodying. Maybe you're embodying being somebody who's trying to manifest their ex back, rather than embodying already being loved, cherished, claimed, supported, adored, and that the two of you guys are, always perfectly in sync together. Okay. So just start to truly listen and apply and be consistent, and don't turn towards anything outside of you when you start to have your ego want to kind of pull you back into the old story. Just don't. That's where a lot of people want to try to control things, want to seek for evidence and information to see if what they're doing is working. Don't get your validation from your 3D. Your validation simply comes from knowing that all of creation is done, and I wouldn't be able to desire this unless it already existed. What I want wants me. So you're being magnetized towards your person, because the end exists where you guys have a beautiful life together. So before I read what my subscriber wrote to me to inspire you, and I know that it's going to inspire you, I know for a fact it's going to inspire you. And of course, I'll probably have some affirmations at the end too. If you do love my content, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow. If you want me to be your coach to help you manifest anything related to your specific person, email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. Book whatever you want on my website. You can do a single session or a package, and then my scheduling assistant, Olga, will get back to you with my next available session. So I'll read this, and I just affirm that it helps. Hi, Kim. I've been watching your videos for over a month and just wanted to share the impact they've had, on my relationship with my specific person. He broke up with me in February 2025, claiming I loved him more than he loved me and he just wanted to be alone. I spent the whole year confused because I thought he was my soulmate and my person. I was back and forth between pursuing him and then believing he wasn't my person because he wouldn't have broken up with me like that if he was. He even dated someone else. We communicated a few times, but I was so back and forth about wanting a partner and knew he previously communicated that's not what he wanted. So I stopped speaking to him because I thought holding a firm boundary was the thing to do. When I realized and communicated I actually only wanted a partner if it was him, he told me he could never see us being together again. So I stopped speaking to him. I found your channel in November and decided to really lock in. We hadn't spoken, but I kept imagining I was living in the end, that we were together, that he was showing up at my house, bringing me flowers and lattes. I cultivated the feeling of love, safety, and fulfillment. I definitely felt crazy at first, but the 3D started reflecting to me immediately. I know for some of you it's not reflecting immediately, but again, I explained why in the beginning of today's session. Even though we hadn't talked, he gave me a gift card for Christmas to our local coffee shop when I ran into him one day. I had texted him thanking him and we chatted a little bit. Then he randomly texted me another day asking if I remembered how much fun I had on a trip we took last year for my birthday, which was very romantic. I ran into him in person and he expressed how he thought I was so beautiful and sweet. Before this, he would literally ignore me, reaffirm he didn't want to be with me. So there was a huge shift in energy. Now we are reconnected, and I have been staying with him. What I realize is that manifesting is the easy part. I could cultivate positive, pure energy every day around our relationship in my mind. But the real challenge is keeping the same intentions when you are reconnected in the 3D and leading with love, abundance, and joy in your relationship. You cannot let the anxiety of the old story back in. Anyways, I just wanted to say I'm so grateful for you. This really freaking works. And I hope your life is full of many, many blessings. When your intentions are pure, you will literally quantum leap, sincerely. So thank you so much for sending that. I love that story. I loved so much that it's just proof again how you committed and how you said it. You locked in and you let go of the old story. When your specific person does come back in your life, it is going to most likely, there's going to be some a little bit of, don't expect this, by the way. This is just what ends up happening to most people, myself included. There ends up being a bit of a whirlwind of emotions, and there could be little bits and pieces depending on your history with your person. Obviously, if there's more history, there may be more things that during this middle phase you're needing to let go of, forgive, and overcome. So, anyway, when the whirlwind of emotion happens, don't worry. This is what you have been you have been through this process if you've been being consistent and locking in, as my subscriber just said. This you've been doing this for you to remain stable, grounded, and balanced, and staying pure and trusting in what it is that you truly want. So you are able to withstand any whirlwind of emotions that comes up if they do, and you don't allow the old story to overtake you. You just don't allow it because you have been consistent. If it does, and if you do end up getting in your fear that they're going to leave again, for example, it's okay. It's okay. They will be back. You guys will be together. You just have to, again, see what came up and do the inner work to release it and let it go and get back in your power, in the oneness. Okay, so now I want to read. And by the way, I also got an email this morning from another client who, back in, I want to say it was either the end of November or the beginning of December. I didn't go back in the history and look. He was ready to give up on his mirror soul. He was so angry and so upset. He even, he told me that he was engaging in whatever, another group or forum or whatever. And he was just really down and out. So I reminded him of the past when he was truly consistent, the experiences that he ended up manifesting with her. And I also reminded him, don't turn towards forums and groups and this and that seeking for advice, because in some cases, not in all, but in some cases, it's kind of the blind leading the blind. You want to cultivate a relationship with you and knowing your oneness with God, universe, source, creator, the light. So you want to really develop this ability to turn within and give yourself love and release, detach, and surrender, and then do a little revision. This is what you want to start cultivating. More of a trust in yourself and in the love. So I'm going to also tell you the other story in a sec, but he sent me the message. So exciting. My mirror soul ended up reaching out to me right after New Year's, and we have been communicating ongoing now. And so when we're going to be meeting soon, and we'll go over all of this. So anyway, it is normal though for uh, you or anyone else to experience a bit of that, like, kind of whirlwind of emotions that will come up, because even though you have been doing the inner work, and even though you know that they're coming back, and obviously obviously you're doing inner work for you guys to be in a relationship, there's going to be a moment where you're going to bump into them, you're going to see them, or they're going to see you, or there's going to be a phone call, or there's going to be a text. There's going to be some form of communication that comes in. So the whole point of this, again, is to get really super stable, grounded in yourself and in your kingdom of heaven, trusting in that. So now let me read this, because this was amazing. You guys remember when I came in with the video, I was referring to it in the beginning of this, where my client now is with her mirror soul, and their relationship is so beautiful. So he is so deep and sensitive, and they are so perfectly compatible and in sync together. She had sent to me, which I shared with you guys in the previous video, that when she was home reading Science of Mind, highlighting particular sentences in the exact precise moment, her mirror soul texted her a picture of a page of a book in the same kind of, the book was kind of also in alignment with this kind of spirituality. And he highlighted a few sentences, which I showed you guys and I read in the previous video. But now this is the next thing that she just emailed me. And hi, Kim, Happy New Year. I wanted to share a fun synchronicity that happened the other day. A little backstory. I've been out of town at my parents' house since December 21st and haven't spent time with my mirror soul since the morning that I left. I've been continuing to read the Science of Mind book and ordered him a copy last week because I've been enjoying it so much and love that we share the same interest in these topics. It's also been a fun way for us to keep up with each other while I'm out of town. The other day, I seemingly at random pulled up the photo of that highlighted text he'd sent me from the book he read, the one that I shared with you, simply because reading it again made me feel good thinking of the wonderful connection we have. In the exact moment that I pulled up that photo, he sent me the link to an article from the local newspaper showing him in the park reading the new book that I gave to him right when I was thinking of how connected we are. He let me know that he was reading The Science of Mind when the newspaper snapped the picture. I literally, even now, I got chills reading that. Even now, I have chills. You can't see it, but I have chills literally all over my body. And attached is the photo. I'm not going to share the photo because it's actually a picture of her mirror soul. Thank you, Kim, for showing the world how deep soul connections are meant to thrive and be trusted in completely. Sending you lots of love and hugs. So I absolutely love, 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 love this. Please understand that you are cultivating, like I was saying earlier today, which I'm not going to repeat again, you're cultivating this trust in your heart and soul and what you truly want in your power, knowing that you are truly one with everything. You are consciousness, you are source, you are the light, you are creator, having a human experience on behalf of that. Everyone and everything in your reality is one with you. In your personal experience, the people who are in your life are your divine messengers. So you are meant to have experiences with them. Obviously, not everybody is your mirror soul in a romantic way. So trust in that. Trust in what's in your heart and soul, and just go all in. Let go and forgive yourself for anything that you regret saying or doing with your person. Forgive your person for anything that they said or did that wasn't in alignment with love. It's okay. It doesn't matter. And then do the inner work, like literally be consistent. Be reliable for yourself. Be committed to yourself. Accept yourself and love yourself. If you have a fear that when I am loving and sweet and tender and I give myself and I'm vulnerable, I always end up getting rejected or abandoned because of things that happened maybe with previous relationships, for example, then when you do fall in love with your mirror soul and you start to feel this depth of how you feel about them, you are automatically going to be, because if you're not in alignment yet with who you truly are and everything that we're talking about, you're of course going to start to shut down. You're going to start to feel fearful and insecure. So you might actually start or stop being yourself. So automatically, if you're not truly loving yourself and accepting yourself, that's not choosing yourself. That's choosing fear. So automatically, you are going to end up having an experience where your person goes away or blocks you or ignores you or tells you they don't want to be with you because you are technically not loving yourself. You're not accepting who you truly are, how you love. So remember that you are perfect in everything you say and everything that you do already. There's always, of course, room for improvement. There's always, room for you to become more secure within yourself and to truly turn within and love yourself. But in terms of you and your mirror soul, you need to have the understanding that you're already chosen, they already love you. What happened in the 3D happened for a reason. It's powerful. So be grateful for it. It is a blessing, it's a gift, and it's a treasure. So affirm down below. I love that my person loves me so deeply. They're so gentle, loving, affectionate, and sweet to me. We feel so close in our connection, and our love flows steadily between us. Our relationship is balanced, strong, stable, and secure. Okay, so I love you so much. If you need me, just reach out. I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.